Hey folks, I got some mail, and I think I'm going to share it with you right now. If it seems like I'm being a little quiet, it's because Aretha is right. Ooh, did we just stir the beast? Oh, I see eyeballs. Anyway, last week, uh, Scott Waters had a big sale at No Life Till Metal, and I lit it up. And I thought I would show you what I got from his big Black Friday sale. Got here quick too, man. Of the orders I made a few of them. This was easily the biggest, and yeah, it's the first one here. So let's jump right into it. The first thing I picked up was the DVD. Of course, Scott was in this documentary. It's a Metal Obsession about collecting heavy metal records, and man, I looked at all the channels on the back, and I think I've watched all of these guys at some point or another. Wish Biosite one would come back and do some stuff. I really enjoyed his stuff. Uh, Captain Howdy's on here, Metal Theologian, uh, Hospa Metal. I've watched all these guys. So that's Metal Obsession. Then we got the sampler that Rox is sending out with their orders. This is a various artist. Merry Christmas from Rox Records and No Life Till Metal. And read, I think inside, that this was a rejected cover for Helix Christmas album. So they put it on the front here. I'm glad they did. It's nice artwork. And of course, there's the men right there. Scott Waters, Bill Bafford, do so much keeping metal alive. Appreciate both of those guys. And in case you can pause and get a track listing, that's what's on the sampler. Okay, then out of this stack of CDs, there's only one band I've had stuff previously from. Everybody else is new. I just got it yesterday. I've rolled through about 3 of these CDs, but I haven't heard everything, obviously. Okay, so let's get started. First one, Angelic Force, Soldiers of the Cross. This is Robert Gutierrez. I hope I'm saying his name right. Guitarist with Scott and Ultimatum. This is a band that he was in before them. And there's the tracks. This is a 1980, late 80s recording. Looking for a date. Don't see one, but that's what it looks like on the inside. Have not spun this one yet. No, this is a 1988 recording. But yeah, I have not spun this one yet, but I have heard samples. I'm looking forward to giving that one a good spin. This other band, I remember hearing Scott talk about way back. I think he did what was it? What's Spinning in His Car? And that was, I think, long before he signed the band so he could do vinyl pressing. I did not get the vinyl on this. I need to watch the money a little bit. I may regret that, but I did go ahead and pick up the CD. And then there's the inside. I've heard enough sound samples. I think I'm really going to enjoy this. I did spin this one earlier and really enjoyed it. Primal. This is on the No Life Till Metal label. There's the back. This was a band featuring Glenn Rogers, who was in Deliverance and Vengeance Rising and Once Dead. Good stuff. I really enjoyed listening to that earlier. This next band I've heard I've listened to sound samples and thought, man, I really need to pick these up. And so I picked up 2 CDs by this group. I picked up Malaya Rage, Barely Human. This band, I even have gone on Amazon to see how available their other projects are. Looks like quite a few of these, quite a bit of their catalog was just redone and re-released. I'm really looking forward to this. The booklets on these are pretty good. Lyrics and information. Type. Let's see. Up front, a little bit of writing about the band itself. So that's Malaya Rage, Barely Human. And then I also got Malaya Rage, Masquerade. And the tracks. There it is on the inside with a good picture of the band. All right, and then this next band, was the only one I've ever had stuff before, and that's Helix. And I picked up Rocket Science. Now this, I believe, is a compilation album, and I don't normally pick them up, but that album cover I just could not resist. Inside. And let's see. There's the track listing. The resolution on this camera is pretty good, but sometimes the glare is a bit difficult. And then this is the second Helix album I got. What is this called? Wild in the Streets. Did notice when I was looking at this one, it's got some songwriting credits, I believe. Or was it the other one? No, it was the other one. Alright, so let's see if I can get you a good track listing up here. And then, but on this one, the Rocket Science, I noticed a connection to Christian metal. Christian rock anyway. I noticed a couple songs were either written by Bob Halligan or co-written by Bob Halligan. And Bob Halligan actually has a Christian Celtic band called. Oh no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to have a brain freeze on this. Kaleigh Rain, that's the name of the band. Kaleigh Rain, good good Christian Celtic rock band. He's also done some songwriting with Rick Kua, who's a Christian artist and rock artist who came out of the Outlaws. And he's written some songs for Kathy Mattea, who's in country and has had some albums with a Celtic feeling to it. So just thought that was interesting. This album I did spin. It's Helix, Vagabond Bones. This was a good spin. Really enjoyed this. Here's the back with the tracks. And inside. So I'm working on my Helix collection. And this last band might be my favorite album of the whole stack, and that's Peacemaker. Concrete and Terror. First, I love that cover, but the man, as far as the stuff that I've spun so far, this one really jumped out, and now I've liked them all, but this one really jumped out at me. On Brutal Planets. So I'll have to look more into this band. I don't know much about them except that, Scottish in them, and I've dug this album. Good stuff. And that's my stack of heavy metal goodness from Scott. Love. I've always appreciated Scott, all the way from the time when I was going to his No Life to Metal and looking up bands and trying to learn, because I grew up listening to Christian metal. Didn't really do a whole lot of mainstream metal till I got older, and so he has been his No Life to Metal site is a great resource that I still use, and then of course I've appreciated all the work he does for Rox Records, and now with his own No Life to Metal imprint. Great stuff, and looking forward to he on Facebook he had some of the covers of some of the albums that are coming up for both Rox and No Life, and man, it's going to be a good 2019. So anyway, that's what I got. We'll have another mail video coming up real shortly. I've got a half dozen titles to show, mainly Christian stuff, though I have one hard rock CD in there. So that'll probably be coming up soon. So for me, for Aretha up here, for Jake over there, hope you're having a great weekend. We'll see you soon.